I wasn't suggesting torture. I was suggesting that we make him look like an idiot.
Oh.
Just make sure that all of Thedas knows that he's a bad, bad person.
I appreciate the sentiment again. Whatever is best for the world, that's what will happen. But he will face judgment. I do not care about slandering his name. And she's starting to get a little fiery in the back.
It's not slander if it's the truth. His crimes will be known. Not just for hearing the dwarves, but for what he did to you and to those people. It's sad that betrayal never comes from our enemies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right on that.
Halaser, you'll feel a very soft, feathery head nuzzle towards your
Oh.
cheek. Nuzzle towards your cheek as Acorn is nuzzling a little bit against it.
Yeah, she will. In that I'm still angry, but where's my baby? Kind of way. She'll try to calm down, but reach up for some acorn loving.
Do you want to know what she says? I can ask her, and she could tell me. If you want some comforting words from a closer friend.
It's not the words that are important. I don't need to know. But by all means, if you want to have a better conversationalist than I am right now, you're welcome to talk to her.
No, it's fine. I'm just a little nervous being down here and not able to see the sky. It's a little confining, so, we don't have to talk at all. We could just sit in silence.
I understand that feeling. I do not like confinement either, understandably.
Yes.
We have to do this.
And we will. And you won't do it alone.
Thank you. I may need that.
What happens next? I guess people are leaving except for Cedric?
If I might stay with Cedric, I would.
Okay. And I think Connor is just going to stay with you just in case. Unless you tell Connor to leave. But...
having him as a little security blanket is nice.
Okay. Connor will stick around. Theobin...
Well, Theo was going to stick around, but if Andreia and everyone else is sticking around too, someone's got to go update Hallie and Kenna.
Yes. Yeah, why don't you send the person who believes Sevian?
Right.
Why are we talking? Isn't that bad?
That's great.
Actually, no, I fear for my life. Someone else go.
We've got Kenna. She'll calm Hallie down.
If she rolls well on her magic.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
what's the plan now?
I'll be
Connor
like,
says.
so he's a total jerk, huh? To the group before. I feel like I should stay. That's someone I know right there, and I'd prefer to keep an eye on Cedric. But if you could go and tell Hallie that her suspicions are right, but I have no idea how to bring it up, that would be great. If you could do that.
As you wish. He will leave.
Is that a Princess Diary, as you wish, or?
It might have been. Who knows? It's not Princess Diaries. It's Princess Bride. Get it right.
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride,
Thank you for
whatever.
saying it. I was like, can't say it. That would be.
No. Go ahead. Correct me anytime you want. I don't really care.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Don't worry about it.
Oh, excellent.
All right, Hallie.
Yeah. For the rest of their time together, Halisar would be pretty quiet, though Kenna can very easily tell that her words have absolutely helped.
Okay.
It's probably that she just doesn't like being vulnerable.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes hair needs protecting, and that ain't so good.
No.
That's fine. She would have just sat in silence with her.
That's great.
Okay.
Well, how does Theo come on in?
Is Theoben coming
Just
back?
like, no,
Theoben, what happens?
Alex gonna kiss him. All right, Theo's gonna approach. Are they still sitting on the tree?
Like under it? I guess,
Probably.
sure.
Yeah, under it's fine.
Probably under the tree. Esbjorn is still there too.
Well, we've been to the feast. It looks like there was well, nothing to worry about after all.
She looks very puzzled.
Yeah.
Say
Who's
what now?
gonna?
Yeah. Well, Sevian explains that he'd stumbled across a carter's nest near New Denerim, and it retrieved the anvil, handed it to Ser Barris, respected Templar, and they returned it to Orzammar. Case closed.
Sounds rather convenient, don't you think?
I'll agree.
I don't understand.
No, I think it's perfectly genuine because the bloody dice.
Theoben believes it.
You just believed him like that. Like, you just believed him.
Where's the proof?
He was very convincing.
Oh gosh. Kenna's beautiful.
She's gonna
He
sort
seemed
of
like
whisper to
he
Hallie.
seemed like a nice guy.
She's gonna whisper to Hallie and be like, he's a little gullible, don't you think?
Now, she likes Theo, so she's not going to answer that. Tell me.
Go
She
on,
stands
sorry.
up because she can feel her temper flaring, and she does not want to burn anyone around her.
Mhm.
So she stands up and deliberately takes a couple steps out of the way. Tell me more.
Well, King Kine is not present at the moment. Sevian and Ser Barris, who is on the council to choose the next King of Ferelden, but they seem quite buddy-buddy. Apparently they work together in returning the anvil to Orzammar.
How?
He delivered it via carriage with the help of several others to Ser Barris, who then escorted it to Orzammar.
So he shows up to Ser Barris's door with something in tow and says, "Hey, I've just so happened to save the dwarven people, and we're
Yeah.
good with this."
He's amazing.
I was wrong.
I don't know why you thought what you thought of him,
I am
Alistair.
never-
Clearly, he's a great guy.
I am never teasing the dice gods again. It's horrible.
He
Like, wow, really?
All ones. Sorry, it's all ones.
Yeah, well, he seemed very compelling.
He does that.
Right, where's the rest of the group?
Well, Cedric has stayed behind because it is insisted that he remain with Ser Barris. He apparently decided this was the right time to reveal his accusations and everything that's happened to him. So
He
he's
did
got to
that
stay.
whole, I'm going to tell you the whole truth thing.
Has this entire group gone mad?
I was surprised as well. I don't know why he did it, but now he can't leave Ser Barris' side.
Okay. Well,
Is he under arrest?
He's not. I believe they're just trying to sort it out. I don't believe he's formally under arrest, but I believe that Ser Barris wants to keep him nearby and take him to Navara to answer the charges. But at least we have the Amble back, so yay.
you
You're such a good sport, Hannah. This is super entertaining.
You're amazing, Hannah.
Super entertaining. The viewers can learn a lot from this. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You need to tell me more, and you need to tell me more now.
Maybe we should ask other people first. Maybe someone who's not so gullible.
Oh my gosh, I love Hannah.
Did you just say Coolaboo?
She's so cute.
What do you need to know?
I have a real issue believing that it is very difficult for me to believe that somebody who sells the lives of women, children, and other defenseless people can suddenly turn around and accidentally find the thing to save your people and turn a new leaf. Am I making sense?
Lazer, you remember that smoke thing I told you? It's obvious that something's going on here. So just shh. Let's go find the group. Let's take a walk. Find the group. Let's relax. Let's think.
Theo's just gonna hang around Kenna, stay away from Halaser, safe distance.
I narrow my eyes at him.
I'm sorry, what?
I was just saying I narrowed my eyes at Theo, like, thanks.
It's
You're
not
helpful.
my fault. It's the
Oh, baby.
So what happens?
She'll just be quiet and nod,
Yeah, well-
and she's not stalking forward or anything. She's waiting.
Theo will lead them to the group. He'll take them to the feast hall where Andreia and Cedric are.
All right. So Halaser is going into the room as well?
The sounds of partying have died down, or is there still a crowd in there?
I think they're serving dessert now. So the feast is probably ending soon.
Okay, yeah.
Can I retcon that and just tell Theo to, Cedric won't come. I was going to say if they'll meet us back at this place, but, well, I don't know that.
I mean, you can wait till the feast is over. I'm just saying at this moment they're serving dessert. You can wait.
We should, she would have said that we'll wait until everyone's gone and then we'll meet everyone in the banquet hall. If that's all right with you.
As I said, I'm not in a clear head space, so I will defer.
All right.
Okay. Is anything happening before the feast is over? Okay.
Just meditation.
You're just meditating? Okay. Yeah, sure. Well, is Sevian still just hanging out and kind of getting drunk?
Yeah, I don't think he's getting drunk. I think he's having a few drinks, but I don't think he's getting wasted by any shape or form, unless you want to do something about that.
That sounds like an invitation.
I I was hoping I had like really fine wine, but I don't. So,
You know.
no,
And, or if you had the ability to probe his mind by knocking, but
by ripping out some of his hair. Oh, if only.
Truth telling.
if only you had an NPC that could do that. But
Oh goodness. Next time, it's always whichever NPC we don't
it's
bring.
always
It's
whichever
like,
NPC you don't bring. There's different ways to solve the problems.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing out the other options. So go ahead.
Fireball.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like kind of wander over to Sevion at some point and be like, so,
Sure.
Mr. Hanek.
He looks up and he says, "Yes. Huh. I don't think we've officially met," he says as he flashes you a smile. "Not formally.
No, we have not.
You are friends with the dwarf and the initiate, the Templar initiate."
Yes, they are my friends. My name is Andreia Stormbringer.
Miss Stormbringer," he says as he stands up. He takes your hand and he gives it a kiss. He says, "I must say that someone of your style and grace definitely lights up the entire room."
Well, I appreciate that. I did hear that you were you seem very heroic from what you told us in your story.
That's what other people say.
Oh, the people. So my question is, considering this is originally my homeland, and you do seem to be a great candidate to be the king, do you know Cain by chance?
Cain.
As
Oh,
he,
yes.
as he
He's
is,
one of the council members. Yes, of course.
are the two of you close?
He says, "We've interacted a few times, sure."
Well, I happen to be a very good friend of his, and we are very close. If you would like, considering you are obviously such a good candidate to be king of Ferelden, if you would like, I could always talk to him on your behalf, but I would need to get to know you better.
Huh. He looks very interested and says, "That would be very appreciative if you feel that I would be worthy enough for you to put in a good word, of course."
Of course.
Cain does seem to have a lot of friends. I'm not surprised then. He seems to be very influential.
Oh, he is. He is very influential. From Kirkwall to Tevinter to everywhere else, it seems. He would be he's a nice friend to have.
I would like to think so, yes. So tell me, my dear, what would you like me to do? Would you like me to tell you about some of my resume, I suppose? Some of the things that I've done in the past? I could regale you with a few tales.
I would love that. And I would find it fascinating.
Okay. He'll basically start giving you a few stories about how he, not only rescued the Anvil of the Void, but how he single-handedly helped this one village who apparently had children that were mysteriously disappearing, and was able to determine the person who had kidnapped all these children, and that was happening over in the Free Marches. And there was something else in Tevinter where a prince of Tevinter was being falsely accused of sleeping with someone's wife, and how he was able to get that all straightened out. And then something about in Orlais where some scandal with the Delonce family. There always seems to be something going on with the Delonce family. The Delonces. Something about how the Delonces they will say that they were in need of trying to find food for the orphans, and how he single-handedly went into the woods with a hunting group and provided basically a Thanksgiving feast just for this house of orphans that one member of the Delonces were volunteering at. And it's just
You
It's
are
our own
so
personal tactoid
charitable,
gem.
sir. You are just so charitable, sir.
He says, just seeing the smiling faces all of those poor children was more than enough payment, my dear, I assure you. He says, and as he flashes another smile.
Oh, you very well may be the right man to be the king. And considering the fact that, of the other two candidates, Maximilian's already Viscount of Kirkwall, and they might need him,
Of course.
and I think you might just be the best. I truly think that I should tell Kane about you, and perhaps the three of us can have a bit of a chat over wine at some point.
I would love that. Absolutely love that.
How lovely.
He says splendid. He says, well, I'm actually planning on heading back over to New Denerim. That is, unless the people here in Orzammar wishes for me to go check on their king over in Kalsharak.
I have heard a great deal of things are happening in Kalsharak. Have you heard more, my lord?
I believe, from what I have heard, the reason why King Kine is off to Kalsharak is because he is trying to repair relations with the dwarves. Apparently, things between Orzammar and Kalsharak have been a bit... have not been very melodious, so to speak.
Ah, I see. Well, that's a good use of his time, but yes, you may need to do that. I need to do some business in Navara very soon, by the sounds of it. But we should definitely get together very soon with Kane.
Absolutely. I would love that. You know what? Why don't I send a letter to Kane right now, and perhaps he could send a letter to you're with the White Spire. He'll probably send something to the White Spire and plan a place for us to meet. That would be fantastic. Maybe in New Denerim itself.
That would be lovely. I am overdue to speak with him again anyway, so that would be lovely.
Yes. And if Ser Barris and Nathaniel Howe are both free, perhaps they too could join us as well.
Oh, we could have a bit of a party. That would be lovely.
Absolutely. The future of Ferelden. Oh, just think, this is just the beginning.
It sure is. Well, it was very good meeting you, sir, and I will make sure to write to Kane of you.
Of course, my dear, of course. And with that, he will again reach out his hand and give your hand a kiss again.
Very dashing. And then I will give a slight bow, but not really much, because Andreia doesn't do that. And then she'll saunter off.
Yes. When you come back, Connor kind of was kneeling on the edge, and while Sevian is not looking, he kind of goes like this.
I look at him and go.
Connor goes, yeah, I mean, I could have done that, but I have a feeling you might have had better success. Connor says, just a thought.
Just thought. You definitely could have. But oh goodness.
You go, girl.
Very well done. So, the feast is over. I think that Ser Barris will probably be wishing to take Cedric to the quarters that he's staying for the evening. I don't know if Cedric's going to go with him or if he's going to insist on somehow convincing him to stay behind.
Nope,
but that's up to him.
He would go with him.
Okay, Cedric will go with him, and then Sevian will leave with the... I think he will leave with Diva, the pretty dwarf. The other...
Scandalous.
They're gonna end up shooing everybody out of the hall so they can clean up the banquet hall. So
Okay.
everyone will be, unless anyone argues, you'll be outside of the castle now as everybody's going home for the evening.
I'm going to head back to Hallie and then yes, with Connor close by.
Yes. Well, that was an interesting experience, Connor says as he comes back to
Very
Halasair.
interesting.
You missed out, Halasair, Connor says.
I'm sure I did. Tell me your impressions, please.
Oh, that man. He is very intelligent in his game, but he is awful, isn't he?
Thank goodness.
Like her fire goes out on that one. It's like, okay.
He's definitely bombast, isn't he? Willing to go on and on about how great he is.
Yet so modest about it.
Oh,
So-
yes, he was brilliant.
You didn't
He
roll
used
all
to be a
ones,
lot less talk
okay?
and a lot more action.
Connor, you're great.
Connor
yes.
says, just trying to help.
I may be meeting with him shortly in either New Denerim or possibly Orlais at the White Spire, along with an acquaintance of mine, Kane, and they're talking about bringing in the other council members as well.
Yes, if Kane is involved, that really bothers me, Connor
Me
says.
too. He is bad news bears, you know.
Oh, I know. Gwenaëlle has definitely told me.
What's
Connor
wrong with
says.
bears?
He is a very
sorry.
concerning. He is a very concerning individual. I agree.
Yes.
um,
Me and Sevian are buddies.
I told him that I could probably put in a really good word with Kane to him, possibly.
Hmm.
So he went on and on.
Mm-mm.
How do you know him, Andrea?
I will tell you, but first, I think it's important that you guys know that Kine is in Kalsharok at present, trying to fix relations between Orzammar and Kalsharok, and that may be Sevion's next stop. He plans on going there next.
So
As
who threw him the
for-
party?
Huh?
So who threw him this party? Was it
Uh,
the queen?
Theoben, you would believe that if King Kine is out, Portia would be the one who would be calling would be the one in charge technically.
That
If King Kine is out.
that would be the leader of his ladies. Portia.
Queen Portia.
Queen
Yes, Queen
Portia.
Portia.
Alright. How friendly were they? Sorry.
well, one of them left the party with him, so that's something.
Theoben, you can guess which one. You know which one that would be.
Yeah, he's just gonna roll his eyes like, again, not really.
She's happy.
As for the rest of them, Portia didn't seem to be taking anything
Yeah.
he was saying seriously.
Yeah, half of them seemed to buy
Good.
it, the other half didn't buy it. Portia was definitely on the half that didn't. Diva was the one who did. So it was half and half.
The wives of King Kine don't make the mistake of assigning them all the same personality. They are very different women.
I would hope so.
Wait, so...
There's-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There's another complication, Connor says.
Hmm.
Cedric is with Ser Barris, and apparently Ser Barris is taking him back to Navara,
Yes.
and he's offered to allow us to come with as well.
All
Which is
right.
probably the best idea.
Yes.
If we can't, as much as I would hate to suggest it, if we can't solve this matter before Cedric and Ser Barris have to leave, perhaps we could try to reveal Sevion for who he is during this gathering at New Denerim itself, where the rest of the council is.
When will
Or-
that take place, though?
We haven't
It
made
would-
the arrangements yet.
All right. We would. My
Or
concern is this.
Something bad could happen to him when he goes to Cal Sharok. Whoops.
I think
Bad
I
things
think
happen in darkspawn infested areas. Just
I
saying.
think I think Sevian mentioned. Connor says I think Sevian mentioned that if he wasn't hanging out at New Denram, if he wasn't going to go after King Kine in Cal Sharok, then he would stick around in New Denram, seeing if there was any other help he could do.
Yeah, that's my concern. I don't know which one concerns me more, the fact that he wants to go help the king here or go help people there.
Well, that's my question too. If he goes to Cal Sharok, sees the king, decides that the king's not going to back him, how likely is it that he kills the king?
Very. Or he arranges for another accident so that he can save them and will get the vote of the king.
So by the
If he
way,
does,
oh, good.
go ahead. Ken. Go
I was
ahead,
just saying,
Ken. No,
so either way, we need to be there.
Connor says if he does kill the king, then that means the next person in line is Queen Portia, which means, and since Queen Portia doesn't seem to be supporting him, he would probably have to start killing down the harem line until he reaches Diva,
Or
I guess.
all
Oh
at
god, not
once.
Yeah, Diva's not the brightest wife, not the brightest crayon in the box. Having her be the queen would be interesting.
Right.
I know not, but we've got people in the Illuvion who are going to be trapped there while we go to Navara, so I think we should probably find a way to do something about that, because we can't
Yes.
go in without Cedric.
You're correct.
Hmm.
Well, can we get an audience with Cedric by himself just long enough to release the others?
I don't know. I mean, we can try. Ser Barris knows me, apparently. Oh, God. He was the Templar charged with hunting me when I left for Eldon. And he recognized me. So,
Hmm.
that's a thing.
How
By
did
the
you
way-
check your way out of that?
Connor's brilliant.
Connor kind of smiles sheepishly. Thanks.
Well, she's not an apostate after all. She's in the White Spire.
That's what I told him. Which is a good thing too, because I feel like if he didn't think that she ended up in the White Spire, I think Ser Barris would have had to taken her and Cedric.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Hmm.
So let's see if we can talk to Cedric then.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Theoben, you'll be able to know where, what quarters both Sevian and Ser Barris would be staying, and I'm sure you'd be able to get in there with the help of your friend Jarvis, or not Jarvis.
Is he making a cameo too?
Not Jarvis. No.
Oh.
Janar, excuse me, Janar.
Yeah, I thought that's
Yes.
what you meant. Alright. Well,
Janar's starting to wake up. Theoben, you're back.
yes, I am.
Oh, I really need to take a leak. And with that, he's going to hobble over around the alley. He'll hobble like around the corner in the alley. He'll come back out, and he'll be pulling up his trousers, and he'll say, "So, did I miss the feast? Is it still going on?"
No, you missed the feast.
Oh, Nuglicker.
There's probably scraps in the garbage. Really hungry for nug roast, but yeah, it's
That's
done.
all right. Well, good to have you back, Theoben. He'll pat you in the back, and he's going to start walking home at that point.
Do you need assistance?
No, I'm good. I've been this way before. And
Yeah.
he'll start walking away out of the Diamond Quarter.
It's good to see you too, Jenna. He's gonna say, kind of under his breath, as he walks away. And he'll continue to lead his friends to the
All right.
quarters.
You'll knock on the door. The door will open, and you will see Ser Barris. Still, he has removed his Templar uniform. He's now in more of like not pajamas, but just civilian clothing.
Are you sure Barris in pajamas sounds so cute?
I know.
Yes. He opens the door and he looks at you and he says, "Mr. Solney, correct?"
Yes. Ser Barris, I'm terribly sorry to intrude, but my friends here wish to speak with you about our Templar friend, initiate.
Ah, you're talking about Mr. Ashwood. Sure, certainly. And he will let you in. So he's got a little bit of a suite. They gave him a bit of a suite that's inside the castle, inside the palace. And Cedric is there, I guess, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Guess preparing for bed, getting ready for bed, because it is getting kind of late.
Initiate onesies.
Are they having a sleepover? That's so cute.
Yes, the two Templars are having a sleepover.
Aw.
So nice.
Oh, fan art, please.
Yes, please.
There we go.
Barris and Cedric in pajamas, the 90s girl poses. So cute.
What happens?
So we are now essentially alone with him, or
Well,
How
no,
is-
Ser Barris is in the room. He's
Okay.
not. He's within earshot.
Sure.
But he's not like sitting there watching you. He's, I think he himself is getting ready for bed.
yeah. Okay,
But
thank you.
he can probably hear your conversation.
Good to know. Oh, how are you doing, Cedric?
I am fine, Hallister.
Good.
How,
Hmm?
how are you?
I'm well, thank you. I would love to be able to speak with you privately. And she'll cast a side glance to the other Templar.
Ser Barris will say, "I understand. If as long as he remains within sight, you may have your private conversation." He can point. The room is relatively large, so you can walk over to a corner, and Ser Barris will just, hang out, but not like it doesn't look like he's actively eavesdropping. He's just paying attention to make sure that Cedric doesn't just run away. So
Sure.
Like it.
She will, she'll nod her thanks and kind of squirrel Cedric away. What's your read on him?
Ser Barris is an honorable Templar.
Mhm. Yes.
I have known of some of his exploits. He is known to be a good man and a great judge of character.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Why is that?
Because that means that either he was paid for, or he's not as good a judge as one might hope.
I don't know. When Sevian was speaking, he didn't look like he completely believed everything he was saying.
I would say that Andrea believes that you believe he was taking everything Sevian was saying with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I don't think he.
Knowing that Kane is in the council, you're not surprised that Sevian is a candidate right now. Because it's not completely up to Ser Barris, completely, who the candidates are.
I don't think he'd be Ser Barris's first choice.
Yeah, you don't believe he is.
And he did make a point to say that the candidates weren't all officially chosen yet, and there's room
Correct.
for more candidates.
Yeah, he did say that. almost as if he was like, "Oh, please let there be more candidates."
I nominate Owlet. I think Owlet should be King of Prowland.
Yeah, he did.
Before I say this, I really need to know, purely on an out-of-character level.
Okay.
Does Halaser know what has happened to Fergus at this point?
I will say no.
All right.
I will say no.
All right, so I don't know if she's actually going to say anything or not.
But yes, if that is your worry, Hallie, I don't think he's.
That is a worry.
I don't think he's for Savion being king. Like I think he's praying that there's someone better.
Could we use Ser Barris against, part of our uncovering of this dude? Would he be willing to help us with the investigation?
If he sees call for it, I'm sure he would.
What manner of... I have a very hard time believing that these candidates would be made official without some sort of researching into their history.
Well, the history
One good
that
deed does
Sevion
not
gave
wipe
me-
out many bad.
The history Savion gave me was full of great deeds.
Yes, but I could tell you
Who
anything about
actually bought
myself.
those?
Does anyone
Did anyone
know?
actually believe those deeds? Like, come on. He was obviously
up.
lying to his chief.
I don't know, Hallie. Is there any record of the bad that he did? Like, do people know other than you?
No, and there's the problem. It's my word against his. And he's the hero of the dwarves.
You can always talk to Ser Barris. He might be a good person to talk to since he's on the council.
Indeed. I may have to do that. It is not our intent, Cedric, to let you be separated that long. If you would have us, we would like to accompany you to Navara.
I see. I have no ill will against it. If you find something that you think is more important, you are more than welcome to go.
The problem is that there are too many places to be in. There are many important places. Yours, the King's, New Denner, there are many places. One way or the other, if we are going to be remaining out here, we need to allow our companions to enjoy the night air.
I agree. How we will do that will be tricky.
How so?
Well, we all need to be there to let them out. And I can't leave without Lord Barris's approval or accompaniment.
we could, if you feel comfortable with it, we could try with your bracer and bring it right back.
That's fine. I know that this is, or this was a poor timing on my part, and I do apologize. But upon seeing such a great Templar, I could not, within a right mind, hold back. It just would not have been right to lie to such a good man.
A good leader inspires confidence. You did no wrong.
Practically, however, this does make things difficult.
Yes, but we need then to first agree upon what we're doing. Do we follow Cedric to Navara and stand witness at his trial? Will this be a trial?
Don't know.
I am not sure what will become of me, but
Mm-mm.
I wish for you guys to do what you think is best. My trial is more about me and less about this world.
Did we not agree to stick together? No more running off.
Our team, Cedric. We'll be there. And this meeting at Calshrock hasn't been officially set up, right, Andreia?
No. Sevion might go. I don't know for sure. Right now he's planning on it because he needs Kine to side with him, or he needs to get rid of Kine. So.
Right.
Even if he does go, Tevinter is a ways off from here.
Mm.
Navara is a lot closer from here than it is to Tevinter, so it'll take him time to get there. And that's assuming that he finds an easy way into Kalsharok from Tevinter.
Whatever we do, Cedric, we made an agreement to stick together, and that's what we're doing.
That's right.
I understand. I thank you for sticking with the agreement. It's very honorable. But I still do apologize for being such an inconvenience.
Bah. Again, no inconvenience. Where the truth flies, we follow.
You did what you thought was right.
I did what was needed.
Indeed.
I cannot go on until my name has been cleared.
Then let's clear it.
Yes.
But back to the matter at hand, the companions that are still in the
Yes.
Alluvion.
Yes, we need to get them out. It is easy enough to allow them through to Violetta's camp. At least that way they will still be well tended.
I understand. If you require my bracer, he'd take it off and hand it to Halaser. It is yours.
When you take off your bracer, Kevin, it feels really weird. Almost like you feel naked / you took off one of your limbs. It feels like it's a part of you, and by handing it over to them, it's unsettling, you taking it off and giving it to them.
Is it like a physical uncomfort, or...?
No, it doesn't hurt. It's just, it just, it's like the feeling, you're feeling naked without it. Very much so.
I should think Cedric's used to feeling naked.
Well, there we go. But it's like you just lost a part of yourself when you did that.
Yeah, Cedric would not hide that at all. He'd kind of like wince or like tense up.
Yeah.
Since she's the one accepting the bracer, she would use her other hand to steady him. We'll bring it right back.
Of course. And he'll start to, he's kind of looking off to the side at no one, just trying to assess, what's happening in his body. He's like, what the heck? I've never felt this before.
Yeah.
Oh, the irony. The Templar misses his magic.
Oh. You guys go back to the mirror, leaving Ser Barris and Cedric, and somebody is going to have to wear the bracer, and the only person who could wear the bracer is Connor.
Irony.
So Connor will put the bracer on.
No.
He doesn't? Okay.
Before she hands it over, she takes off her own bracer. Put this one on. Give me his.
He takes, sure. And he puts it on, and
I get it.
he puts it on, and he looks at it, and he's like, ooh, this thing is really snug. It feels a little uncomfortable, but I think I can make it work.
Thank you.
Are you going to put Cedric's on?
Yes.
You put it on. It feels really uncomfortable. Not painfully uncomfortable, but clearly your bracer felt like it was made for you.
Sure.
And this bracer was made for somebody else, and it feels like it was made for somebody else, so it's a bit uncomfortable. You imagine that what you're feeling is what Connor's feeling. It doesn't feel quite right, but you can still use it.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
Sooner rather than later. Let's go.
You guys will able to open the gate using your bracers, and if you want to go back into the crossroads, you may.
She will.
So the plan is that you're going to take some of your NPCs where?
Well, basically, technically, I don't think we all need to go back into the crossroads. But basically, if we're going to be on the road in real time for a while, we're going to encourage all of our companions to go temporarily and rest with Violetta's people, so that they are not stuck in the crossroads for days at a time.
Well, we can only fit two,
Could we have?
Yeah, Violetta's can only do 2.
Could we? But how we have
We
6
can always
altogether,
just one
right?
I'm sorry?
We have 6 altogether. But if Connor's got the bracer, we can take 3 with us to Orzammar, including plus Connor, right? Because Connor's got the bracer on, so it would be Connor and 3 others. And then we can send Violetta and somebody with the gypsies, and they can meet us in Navara, because she's got an illuvion.
If it also helps you, just to save time, the limit to the Orlesian mirror is... There is no limit to the Orlesian mirror.
Oh.
You can always take however many people you want out to Orlais. There's no limit. Just to let you know.
Right.
Would Violetta and her people meet us in Navara with her illuvion? Because then we could jump in that and then jump somewhere else from there.
Probably not, because I think they're on a mission to go south to the Korkari Wilds, so probably not.
Shoot. That was a try.
Yes.
Well, I doubt Asbjorn would be welcomed in Navara. So he should probably stay, if we decide to do the wagons, or we could do Orlais, because they made him stable. Thank you. So I mean, he could stay there, and I don't think we should take a magic tree to the Templars.
No, we should not.
No.
Or Violetta to the Templars.
I can't think of too many people to take to the Templars.
That's actually a very good point.
You don't have to take any NPCs with you if you don't want to take any NPCs with you.
We've got a mage, we've got a tree, a darkspawn, a tranquil. What could go wrong?
Connor's probably okay, and Hugh's probably
I think we
okay.
should bring Connor, and I would think Hugh would want to go.
Right.
To
Yay.
Navara. Okay.
For Cedric.
So what I recommend, if all you're taking is Connor and Hugh, is what would probably make the most sense is for you to drop the other 4 in Orlais, since there's no limit. Let them stay in Orlais, and then you can bring Connor and Hugh with you to Navara. That's my recommendation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the interest of time, because I'm trying to get to a point before we end, I'm trying to get to a specific point. In the interest of time, we're gonna say that you guys will drop off those 4, and then the other 2, Hugh and Connor, will emerge from the mirror in Orzammar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess you guys are gonna end up going to bed.
Well, I mean, she will of course join back up with Cedric and do the
Return the
swappy so
bracer.
they
Okay.
have their own bracers back.
Yep, that's fine. That's fine.
She was gonna have a discussion with Ser Barris, but we can always do that later.
Yeah, why don't we say that for later? So, you guys, the next morning, Ser Barris will prepare to escort you guys to Navara. So there are 7 of you plus him who will be going onto a ship wherever the nearest port is. It shouldn't be that far away. You will go to the nearest port and you will cross the sea, or the river rather, up north to Navara. It takes a few days for you to get there. And after a few days of traveling, Cedric, you finally reach the city that you were born into. And as you guys are wandering, something's wrong, Cedric. The city of Navara looks off. It's like buildings that you're used to seeing in certain locations are not there, and there are other buildings that you don't recognize. You pass by the place where the Sagi gravestone is, and it's not there. It's a completely different building is there instead. Completely different building. It's strange.
Cedric would not be hiding like his confusion at all. He'd kind of be like looking around at all the different buildings like, what is this?
Hugh will pipe up and say, "Are you all right, Cedric? You look troubled."
This is Navara, right?
Theo's
Hugh will nod.
surely been to Navara as well from the surface, so would he recognize the change?
Theo doesn't recognize the change. It looks the same as he's always remembered Navara.
Okay.
Hark!
What happens?
You're
Oh.
right, Cedric.
You're looking a little pale.
This is Navara, is it not?
No, this isn't the Navara that I grew up in. Everything's wrong. This building's not supposed to be here.
Connor looks puzzled. What do you mean everything is wrong? Are you saying that we've somehow ended up in some sort of parallel dimension? Connor says in a joking way.
Cedric didn't laugh. Cedric doesn't respond to that. He's just like looking around, trying to make sense of everything.
Ser Barris will then doesn't seem to notice, and because he's pretty much determined to get to the bottom of whatever your case is. So you guys go to the Templar Order, wherever the main office is. "Good morning, brother," he says. "I'm Ser Barris," and the Navaran Templar says, "Ser Barris." He sort of stands up and says, "It's a pleasure to meet you, sir." Ser Barris shakes his hand. "Thank you," he says. "Tell me," he says, I wish to get one of the records of one of the initiates here in Navara. Sir, Cedric Ashwood, please." "Yes, of course, sir." And he's going through the records, and he's pulling it out. He pulls out the document, and And he hands it over to Ser Barris. Here you go, sir. Ser Barris goes through the documents and he's looking at it and he says, he tilts his head. And it almost looks like he doesn't know what to say at first. Then he looks towards Cedric, then he looks towards the papers. Then he looks towards Cedric again, and then he looks towards the papers. Cedric Ashwood, killed 12 years ago.
I knew it.
And I'll end the session there.
Yeah!
What?
Oh shit!
Yup.
I knew it!
I just saw that.
It explains why he's so broody.
And why he
Yeah.
doesn't know who he is.
That's funny.
Dang.
So if Cedric Ashwood has been dead for 12 years, who is this?
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
Ay, ay,
Oh
ay.
man. Here we go.
Yep.
You just
Sounds
had
like-
to out yourself to the Templar. Just had to.
Going out of my mind.
Honorable Templar.
Damn you, heroes of Thetis. Messing with time and stuff.
Wibbly wobbly.
Timey-wimey. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You're dead, Cedric. Now go.
Yay!
Does that mean like plot armor doesn't apply to me? Or
Can I
like,
have your
can I die
watch?
twice? Like, can I just like run headlong and just start?
I think
cutting down?
it's like double jeopardy. You're already dead, so you can't die again.
Sure.
How do you kill?
This is
that
the
has no
secret
life?
sub game. This is Dragon Age Groundhog Day.
I swear I've had the same month over and over again. You said that last time. Oh,
What are you thinking, Sam? You look
I'm
stunned.
so confused. What? He's been dead? Am I missing something?
Cedric
Yes.
Ashwood has been dead for 12 years.
she looks as confused as Ser Barris. Like, huh? Huh?
Yeah, Ser Barris is like,
The hell?
well, the good news is, I don't think that your trial is going to happen anymore.
Yay! The good
Oh,
news is, will
that
you
one, guys.
live?
Looks
Note
like
to
you don't
self.
have to worry about that. You know?
Note to self: to get out of being a crime, just be dead
Just
for 12
be,
years.
be dead for 12 years.
Ah.
I would think they'd throw the case out at that point.
Yeah.
It's a popular
Well, they might
tax
have
dodge,
done it
apparently.
Yes.
Wow.